much. Thanks indeed for staying with us. The program is this morning on Independent Television, broadcasting here from our Abuja Network Center. Yes, the Middle East is boiling, and everyone is looking at that. What direction will one be touching at this moment? Is it the bombardment of Tehran and other cities across Iran? Is it the missiles that are crossing nations and are hitting Jerusalem, hitting Tel Aviv and other cities in Israel, even reaching some part of the West Bank? Is it the response of Hezbollah last night that came into northern Israel, or the response of Israel that is currently bombarding Beirut, the capital of Lebanon, and other parts in southern Lebanon? Is it the Iranian missiles that is touching some other countries like Kuwait, like Bahrain, like Saudi Arabia, UAE, and several others? For many, the world is on the edge. And some are saying that there very likely be a wider war. But some are saying, with the Middle East countries telling Iran, we want to retaliate against you, that means it may not be what we expect. Today, we have two security security expert and a foreign affairs analyst. Vanessa Oyetaki will be joining us via Zoom. While in the studio, I have Mr. Peter and Domi, security expert. You're welcome to our studio, sir.
Thank you.
Quickly, before we get on, what's your take? Let's look at the overall view of what is going on now. U.S., Israel hitting Iran, and the proxies of Houthis, the proxies in Iraq. Hamas is already decapacitated. Yahya Sinwar is taken out. Hezbollah, the Nasrallah has been taken out. Is there any hope for Iran now?
Good morning once again.
Good morning.
Unfortunately, Iran is in a very difficult situation now. Difficult in the sense that rather than incurring support from its neighbors, it's incurring their wrath.
Correct.
And it's making, what Iran is thinking is probably when they strike those places, those people will turn around to say, America, please stop. But they forget quickly that they have been looking forward to an opportunity like this.
Correct.
Because Iran has been a thorn in their flesh all along. So they are in a very difficult situation now.
Okay, now let's now look at it holistically here. The killing of a man that the U.S. had wanted to kill for close to 40 years plus. They got him out. Ayatollah Khamenei, and we've seen rippling response even here in Nigeria. Is that a mistake?
For America, foreign policy is not a mistake. The attack on the American embassy many years back that brought Hezbollah into power, America that you and I know will not forget. So, and they know that he was behind that. So, the way American system operates is that even if it is 100 years, they'll get back at you. You can see what they are doing in Venezuela. They didn't just start it today. Right from the overthrow of the oil barrels in Venezuela over about 30 years ago, that was what is making Venezuela to continue to become an American enemy until they get Hugo Chavez, establishment out of Venezuela. They will not stop. So that's what we are seeing, and they just started. Until they get Ayatollah's establishment in Iran out, they will not stop because they struck America. Don't forget, America's interests or number one policy is the American citizen.
America first.
American citizen. America defends its citizen to the extent that they will not forget to defend even a dead citizen until they revenge the death of that citizen. They will not stop. So those who were killed in the American embassy years back, America is still waiting to revenge the killing. So that's what we are saying. And they will not stop. they want to get the establishment of Khomeini out. And they're going to do it. You can see they started it with encouraging public protests against the regime of Khomeini. And when the public protests, you know, Trump kept saying it, that if Iran does not stop to massacre, you know, armless protesters, that they will do something. And you can see them doing something. So they just make good their threat. That's to say, America is happy with the protest that was rocking Iran in the last 1 month.
Okay, now, but do you think that a regime change, which is what Donald John Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu are pushing for, will make sense? Many are saying that it may boomerang. Getting the Islamic Republic out and getting someone to really go back to the Persian and the liberal Iran after years of indoctrination.
Let me tell you the fact. Even within Iran, the people were grumbling secretly. I can tell you that a lot of Iranians will breathe a sigh of relief if this establishment is cleared out. Iran is a closed society, closed Islamic society. And they are seeing the world around them. They are seeing the freedom, the enjoyment
of the Arab world.
In the Arab world. A lot of Iranians have escaped from the country because they can't cope with that muzzle hold on their lives. So the rest of the world is moving on to, you know, eccentric Islamic practices, which the rest of the Islamic world has moved away from. So a regime change is inevitable. Even if it did not happen with American backing, it will have definitely happened from within. An implosion will have come in.
Okay, now we'll come back to the global stage. We are hoping to get Honorable Ebenezer Oyetakin join us to share his thoughts on this. We are hoping if we get that signal and I'm communicated, we'll be interviewing and communicating with him. But for now, let's quickly now ask the implication in Nigeria. What do you make of what happened yesterday in Sokoto and some part where people went to the street and chanting "Death to America"? You saw that video?
We are not new to that. It has always happened. Ordinary Miss World contest, people protested. The protests or the killing about the cartoonists, the cartoonist protests. We do not see protests in Nigeria. It has become part of us that anytime something happens to that Iranian axis, we will see protests here. We will not see protests when something happens in Saudi Arabia, which is the home base of Islamic world. But when something happened in Iran, in Iraq, in Yemen, you see them coming out in support. And we know why. We know why. You know the Islamic world
is that powerful.
Well, unfortunately, Iran fell into the hand of somebody who was ready to play the game that was being played during the Cold War. And that game, we forgot quickly that even Russia is trying to move away from the game. Russia is struggling.
Russia had come out to condemn America.
Of course, what do you expect?
Attack.
Condemn with mouth. Let them go there and fight.
No, they call for a UN. There's the need. They call for a UN special session to sit, deliberate on it, and Russia and China that America should please throw the path of peace and work on that.
Good. If Russia were to behave like America, when your ally is attacked, you go and help them. Don't you see how America is supporting Israel? Why don't they go there and support Iran against American attack? The truth of the matter is that the world order has changed. It has changed seriously. Russia is trying to be part of, and because of that, Russia is being careful the way it supports its allies. That's why I laugh in Greek whenever China, sharpens his mouth and say, we can take on America. We will take them on, we will fight, we are well prepared and more ready. If China dares America, they rebound their finger. Because that ally they are relying on is not ready to go and defend them. It's not ready. Russia is, okay, we look at, we are no longer talking about Russia and Ukraine now. But do you know that silently something is happening between Russia and Ukraine? Russia is not having an easy war there. Why? So the fact remains that regime change in Iran is inevitable.
But the Nigerian support, those on the street, will it make any impact?
Of course, it doesn't make any impact. Did it impact on me and you? Those are people that have been indoctrinated to believe that
some women, children, if some women and children are marching out yesterday,
we are idle people. Can you go to Edo State and ask people to come out and go and march for something they don't even know what happened? Can you go to Onitsha or Aba area market and ask the women to go and march for something they don't understand? Are there no Muslims there? Why are they not marching out? Are there no Muslims in Edo State? Why are they not marching out? They are busy running their lives, struggling to meet up with this harsh economy. And you are asking them, these ones that are marching out, that is even a good activity for the day for them. Because somebody has asked them to march out and they will be giving some food, or they will be giving some 1 naira to hold themselves for the day. So it was even it's a good one that they are marching out. Go to Port Harcourt and tell Muslims that are there to go and march out if they will not stone you. So for me, it's a regular and a normal activity. Let it happen. But they can't sustain it.
But this is the IGP issued a statement that as far as he is concerned, the police are already beefing up.
IGP should go arrest. If I were IGP, I wouldn't even to behave like I heard it. We just allow wind to carry it away. The people have been fed for the day. Are we worried about that? Those who march, children and women, my dear brother, the economy or the situation of Nigeria, the security situation of Nigeria, is such that there are people who are suffering, who are lacking basic needs, food, and anybody that comes to them and say, we are fighting our brothers somewhere, come and march, so that the world will know that we are against what is happening. What else will they be able to do after marching? What else? So let them go and march. Fine. Like I told you, when they finish marching, they are giving some food. I've lived in the not sufficiently to know that it is just one of those activities that those who are concerned do to let their supporters or their funders know that they are not keeping quiet. Let them mobilize the young men and women, take them to Iran to go and defend Ayatollah. So you and I should not have sleepless nights over such kind of
thing. You say that the IG shouldn't beef up security?
At all. He doesn't need it. He doesn't need it. I've just told you why.
What if the Shia comes out now with anger and march in Wuse?
Now today Shia is the march. Haven't they been marching in Abuja here? What difference did he make? Allow them to march. Like I told you, that is their own economic activity. Allow them to march. After marching, they are giving something to hold body. Is that not okay?
Okay, let's go back now. We're looking at global peaks. What broke out throughout the night into this morning and currently escalate. Okay, those were the guys who marched yesterday. You see them marching with, I think, Palestinian flag. They marched yesterday chanting death to America. The picture we saw that marched yesterday. You say, you mean these people could come out and not make any impact on the international scene, the war in Iraq and all that?
Did CNN cover it? The BBC cover it?
Well, we got some amateur cameras like this one.
Oh, this is phone. This is a phone camera.
Yes, amateur camera.
Who is seeing it?
But
I can bet you that not the whole Nigeria saw this.
But they matched. But they matched in on Nigerian soil.
Yes, the world already know us before that we have an axis of evil here. They know. These people that you see marching, I am telling you that they don't even know what they are marching for. I can put my money on it. They don't know what they are marching for.
But the guys in front,
those are the people that those are the headmasters of the school.
Death to America.
Yeah, forget that talk. Death to America. Is it today that we start hearing death to America? Even the places where they've been saying death to America, they are begging America for food now.
Someone said, okay, let's allow them be. They march. The IG shouldn't worry about it. Shouldn't bother. If you want to march, can just. The IG should face his confirmation. Yes, it may be confirmed today at the police council at the villa. Face that one. IG should face that one. Okay, I think we'll take a break now. Let's take a break, a very short break. When we come back, we are still looking at the issue of Iran. We'll be looking at the eruption in Lebanon. The eruption in Lebanon that took place late last night and into this morning, and Lebanon is undergoing heavy bombardment, particularly in its capital Beirut, after Hezbollah fired rockets into northern Israel, into northern Israel this morning, and heavy bombardment started. And the Lebanese Prime Minister had condemned that, and they're saying, but Israel is using excessive force after this break. Okay, thanks indeed for staying with us. The program is still this morning on Independent Television, broadcasting from our Abuja Network Center. We have been speaking with Mr. Peter Andome, security expert. Now, quickly, let's look at the new face that came out yesterday, last night till this morning, and still erupted. The dragging of Lebanon into a fight that many prophesy is just a complete waste of time.
And it is not the drag. Lebanon has remained a stooge.
But they begged Hezbollah not to fire a rocket, but they have fired one, and the planes are over the skies of Beirut.
Of course, it is expected. Who is Hezbollah? Who is Iran?
Partners?
Partners.
Proxies.
Proxies. So when my mentor is killed, I shouldn't cry.
But when you cry, you know how to cry.
Good. If it could even be a cry of death, it could even be a cry of, oh, let me die with him. Oh, my mentor cannot just die like this. I am finished. Let me die with him. That's what they are doing. That's what Hezbollah is doing. Hezbollah is now playing a game of let's spoil it all if you can't have it. So that's what they are doing.
But should they at a time when they're seeing what was happening in Tehran, Isfahan and others, should they have dragged Lebanon in?
That's what I'm telling you.
You can't even go anywhere.
Hezbollah, are they patriotic Lebanese? They are not. If you go into the history of how Hezbollah was established, you will know that Hezbollah was established specifically for Iran to take over Lebanon, because they were seeing Lebanon getting too close to Israel. And Hezbollah came. They managed to take over the country's government, and to that extent, they remain an Iranian proxy all along. So if this is expected, Israel knew it. That's why they got ready for them. So they just played into their hands.
But the other complaint this morning is that the Israel is now using excessive force.
You see, that's really
So extreme. Okay, you got some projectiles fired. You've intercepted them with the Iron Dome. All the bombs did not get to where they ought to get to, and now your planes are bombing Beirut.
Of course. That is, they are not just bombing, they are bombing specific targets.
But whatever it is, whatever you bomb in Beirut.
And don't forget that Hezbollah's tactics is to embed themselves in civilian environments. So,
as human shield.
And that strategy has long gone. That is
but is that not against the rules of engagement?
The
rules of engagement.
The rule has been broken severally, so the rule is no more rules. That's what I'm trying to say. The rule has been broken so severally that...
Okay, if we have Honorable Ebenezer Oyetakin, I want to get his thoughts, I want to get his take. He's one who have been vast with the Iranian policy. I know for sure at some point you've been in Iran. Honorable Ebenezer Oyetakin, you have seen Iran. I know you have actually followed that very closely as an international affairs analyst here. Can we get your take quickly on what is happening in Iran and impact on global peace, and where do you think can the U.S. succeed with Israel after taking out Khamenei?
Well, I think it is a great mistake by both the United States and Israel. Yes, they have succeeded in taking out many, but they will soon discover that Khamenei is only an individual and a guide of an established revolution. And the revolution has been scientifically and institutionally established over the past 47 years. The segmentations of security architecture in Iran, the segmentations of governance. I think many people are oblivious of the fact that in the Persian Gulf and the Arabian Peninsula, Iran is the only democratic government that is operating in that region. Many people are not aware of this fact. So they only see the supreme leader who controls security, foreign affairs, and what have you. They do not see that under him, under that layer, an existing flourishing democracy that is headed by an elected president every 5 years. That being said, I do not see taking out Khamenei leading to a regime change. I will want to wait and see.
Okay, if you can hear me very clearly here, I want to ask you a question here. Don't you think that Iran is making a mistake and playing into the hand of the U.S. by attacking its neighbors? Yeah, it claims to be attacking U.S. bases in those countries, but some of those projectiles, those missiles, are already falling on residential area, with Saudi Arabia and some other countries asking for their right to retaliate.
Well, that again, many Arab countries are subjugated countries. Because of their corruption, they depend on the Western government, United States, and some others to preserve their hegemony over their people. Iran is not one of such. And again, we should understand the concept of sacredness of sovereignty. Wherever Iran is bombing, inside Qatar, inside Kuwait, inside Bahrain, and in Saudi Arabia, is a sovereign land of the United States. They are not bombing those countries. And they have said that emphatically. They have said it before they started doing what they are doing, that all the military bases of the United States in that region will come under their attack. And they are only making good their promises. And I do not think if Saudi Arabia and the rest of them feel that they are going to start retaliating, they only want to set that event in a war that they have premeditated, because even if they have to know, some of their king and rulers will say, America should not go into war with Iran, but in the middle of the night we tell America, don't Iran, and that kind of a thing. So, if they come into the war, then they only legitimize what they have been. But what should concern the entire world is, how does this help anyone? Is it going to help the United States? Is it going to help Iran? Is it going to help the world peace? That's
okay, quickly before I come to the studio, my last question here. You are one who have spent a good number of time in Russia. You have also traveled very much to Iran, and you've looked at that axis very much. Let me ask you this question very clearly. I know for sure sometimes you talk in support of Russia, Iran, and some powers of the East that question the rest. Is Iran, that you know that you have traveled to a bad and evil nation, or the axis of evil?
Iran is not an axis of evil. Iran is a country that upholds its sovereignty with great sense of sacredness. The reason Iran is painted as axis of evil is because the entire Western powers, headed by United States, they wanted Iran as a piece of meat on their table of hegemony. Iran is refusing this under their clerical guidance and the declared institutional framework of their 1979 revolution. So, Iran is not an axis of evil. Iran has never attacked any country. It has never been aggressive towards any country. Iran has always been in the defense of their sovereignty. This sovereignty is what the United States want to see compromised. This sovereignty is what the State of Israel want to see compromised. This sovereignty is what Iran is defending till tomorrow.
Okay, thank you very much, Honorable Ebenezer Oyetakin. It's an ongoing conversation here. We will be following it as event develops while we currently look. Let's come back to our studio quickly and take a rounding thought from Mr. Peter Andonin. Honorable Ebenezer Oyetakin appears to be very vast, having traveled so much to Iran, Russia, and other areas there. He said from his own view, Iran is not an axis of evil.
Well, that is accepted. That's his view.
But now, let's look at the implication quickly on global oil prices. Are you not worried we are going to be affected?
No, it's going to be to our advantage.
But we'll sell more, but we'll buy a little bit higher petrol. Because whether it is, someone says Dangote may likely to take up the price.
If we are thinking straight, we
don't think straight.
We are not thinking straight. We have never thought straight in this country.
That means all the money we're going to be making now in trillions in billions of dollars within the period where the Strait of Hormuz is closed, global oil will now be looking towards the Nigerian Angola axis, and even the Venezuela will not be maximizing our profits.
Have you maximized anything before? Where is the savings from the subsidy? Where is the savings?
But Akpabio said the governors had much money. Tinubu said there's so much money.
Okay, let's not even waste our time on that. The truth of the matter is that prices of oil will go up. My brother, I don't celebrate. Because when the prices go up, it doesn't come to me. And I'm very sure it doesn't come to you either. It goes to where all the other money has gone. So I don't celebrate.
Now, quickly, as a rounding up thought, where do you see this war going to? Donald Trump said he wants to look at the first 4 weeks here, see what he could do, and all of that. Do you see the regime falling, or it has fallen?
The regime has fallen. It has fallen from the time the protest started. And like I told you earlier, believe it or not, Iranians are tired. The average Iranian, just like you are asking me questions that should concern every Nigerian, and I said
interested.
I'm not interested.
Why?
Iranians are tired of Khomeini. They are tired of this clamping, this hold down. Their lives have been put on hold for a long time.
Okay, thank you very, very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Peter Anthony, security expert, for sharing your thought. We pray for global peace. Okay, thank you very much, Honorable Benzayo, for sharing your thought, even if you strongly pro-Iran and pro-Russia. Thank you for contributing. I will now take you over to Lagos, where Mr. Lina Unko is standing by for us to look at the continuous conversation on the ongoing war in Iran and the spillover in Beirut, Lebanon, Saudi Arabia, and other Gulf countries.